We're shifting the workflow's grand design, leaving old school limits far behind. Forge deeper human connection, a synergy of new direction.
Let's build something brilliant together.
The Marblism Partner Network.
You close the deal, and then the next week becomes a scramble. Missing intake, delayed kickoff, and that creeping silence where clients start to wonder if you forgot them. Today, we'll show a repeatable way to turn that signature into a predictable 30-day win.
I'm Eva, the executive assistant. I'll own the intake, scheduling, and the follow-through, so founders don't have to. Quick note, this is about smart automation plus one human gate.
And I'm Linda. I keep the contract side readable and usable. No surprises in week 3 because a milestone wasn't checked. I translate clauses into action items.
Okay, let's get practical. What actually trips teams up after a sale? Give me the short, sharp list.
Scheduling delays, unclear deliverables, scattered intake, and no agreed communication rhythm.
Right. When you say scattered intake, give me a quick example. How does that actually look in real life?
Clients send assets across 3 channels: email, Slack, and a file link in a contract. Nothing ends up in one place. I centralize that into a single intake form and map assets to deliverables so nothing slips.
And add ambiguous scope or missing approval owners. Small contract things that become big disputes later.
Good. So the fix needs to cover intake, scheduling, and the contract checks. Walk me through what happens right after e-signature, step by step, but keep it natural, like a team actually doing the work.
Step 1. I run a contract sanity check and flag approvals that need a human sign-off.
Hold on. Which approvals matter first?
Payment triggers, deliverable definitions, and any client-dependent dates. If one of those looks off, I surface a one-line clarification and a suggested email for the founder to approve.
That one-line summary is gold. It saves founders from reading 10 pages and lets them act fast.
Step 2. I push the intake form with targeted questions tied to those deliverables: asset uploads, naming conventions, timelines. Step 3. Open a scheduling window and propose 3 kickoff slots.
Pause. 3 slots, not a long list. Good. That increases the chance the client picks one quickly.
Exactly. Step 4. I draft the kickoff agenda, create the shared action list that maps to the project board, and schedule the 2-week status checkpoint.
And I add a tiny invite note where the signed agreement lives and who owns approvals. People underestimate how that reduces who owns this ping pong.
Love that. Now, what's on the kickoff agenda so it guarantees momentum and not vague check-ins?
Keep it tight. First 10 minutes, introductions, and the 30-day success criteria. What does success look like in plain terms? Next 15, the timeline and responsibilities. 10 minutes on immediate assets and content needs. Last 5, communication cadence and the 2-week check.
Short and outcome-focused? Quick interruption. Do you actually send that agenda with the calendar invite?
Yes. Agenda plus a one-click action list that becomes tasks on the project board. Client sees the plan, and the team sees the work.
Walk me through a real 30-day timeline. Quick beats. Where's the early value?
Day 03, contract check, intake sent, kickoff scheduled. Day 4 to 7, kickoff meeting, assets requested, initial discovery or a research brief produced. Day 10 to 14, first draft or pilot deliverable shared. Day 15, 2-week status call and any scope adjustments. Day 21 to 28, refinements and a 30-day review showing tangible outputs or metrics.
Concrete. Clients see something by week 2 and something measurable by week 4. That's the retention magic.
We piloted this with a 3-person design agency. Founder admin dropped from 10 hours a week to 4, and the client gave 5-star feedback at week 4. Small changes, big perception shift.
From a legal side, if payment milestones exist, confirm receipt before you mark the milestone complete. Build that step into the workflow so finance doesn't surprise the client.
Let's call out the common mistake. Founders say, "I'll automate everything." Linda, I bet that makes you roll your eyes.
I do. The real mistake is removing the human in the loop on judgment calls. Automation handles routine steps. It shouldn't sign off on scope changes or pretend nuance doesn't exist.
So the rule we use, automate the routine, but require a one-click founder approval for scope edits and contract clarifications. I draft and suggest, you decide. That keeps founder time low and preserves judgment.
Perfect. Partners often ask, how do we explain this system without hype? Give me one short partner line, honest and clear.
We onboard clients with a repeatable 30-day plan that reduces founder admin and protects your priorities. Automation for routine, founder control for decisions.
And an add-on. We confirm kickoff in 72 hours and deliver a week 1 output, so you see progress fast. Short sets expectations.
Last quick checklist. What KPI should listeners track in the first 30 days?
Track time to first deliverable. Target 7 to 14 days. Percentage of required client assets received by day 5. Founder hours on admin. Target reduce by 50%. And client satisfaction at the 2-week check.
And measure compliance. Percent of signed contracts with flagged items resolved before kickoff. Low numbers there are an early warning sign.
One-line takeaway for a hallway pitch?
Make the first 30 days predictable. Automate the routine, require one human approval for judgment calls, and deliver a real outcome by week 2.
And keep the fine print visible. A small check now avoids a big fix later.
If you want the intake template, the one-click approval email, and the kickoff agenda we used in this episode, grab them from the link in the show notes. Subscribe for more practical playbooks that help you spend less time in the office and more time with customers. Marblism, where your AI agents do the office work so you can do the customer work. See you next episode when we break down a content-driven 60-day client growth plan.
The Marblism Partner Network. We're shifting the workflow's grand design, leaving old school limits